In today's lesson, we're going to look at some special put together and take apart problems. And we need to be super mindful of the words that we're picking out in the word problems. So you might see something like this problem. I have 8 daisies. Then I pick 4 more. So in this case, I can tell that I'm going to be adding, and it's adding the same thing. So these are going to be called like things, meaning I have 8 daisies, and when it just says 4 more, we're thinking 4 more daisies, right? So if I were to solve this, then I would know that I'm just talking about daisies, okay? We would use this to think about what kind of a question could I ask for this information, right? So I might form my question and say, how many daisies are there all together? And this would work, and my unit would be daisies. Okay, we can say 8, write out the equation to get some practice. And 8 and 4, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. All right, so we get 12 daisies. All right, so this is one type of problem, adding like things. Now let's tune in to see how what I'm going to show you next is different than this one. And so the focus is going to be adding when we add different things. How does that change how we need to form our question and what we're really looking for? Okay, so when we add different things, for example, do the same start. I have 8 daisies. Okay, then I pick 4 roses. All right, so same idea, similar thing. We have one part and we're adding on another part, but in this case, daisies and roses are not the same thing. I'm not going to get 12 of one type of flower, and when we need to do this, we need to think in terms of naming the unit. There has to be one way that we name that. Okay, so think about a question that we might ask for this information. And we would then change our unit because we're dealing with different things. We would say, how many flowers? So both of these are types of flowers. They belong to, we can classify them as flowers. How many flowers are there all together? So when you're adding different things, you have to find a common category that they would fall into. And that's what we're going to look at next. Okay? So being super mindful about the words and how we would form our own questions, but also being able to notice how that affects when you're solving the word problem. You can see that this ends up being the same answer, same numerical answer, but different units. Okay? All right, so for example, what's something, just a model of what that looks like? If I were to take the topic or the category of flowers, all right, oh, you guys can't see that. So if I take the category of flowers, and then within that, I'd like to find something that's 4 different unique flowers that I can put in here. So we know we have some daisies and roses were mentioned. Off the top of my head, I can think tulips and my favorite, hibiscus flowers. So we can see that we can put these independent flowers into the oval and under the category of flowers. Okay, so you're going to be working a little bit like that to think about what might be a bigger topic if I'm given either the individual elements of it or the main topic. How can I kind of flip this idea? So one other piece to think about might be if you saw, let's see, if we put milk, juice, water, and soda. So if you saw the categories, how would you name, if you saw the individual elements, what might you name this category? What do they all have in common? And we might say drinks. Okay? You'll see some of that today.